A world older than time, wrapped in a shroud of secrecy.
An escaped predator. A silent hunter. A king displaced. A throne stolen. But this land already has a ruler. Two intruders, drawn by the scent of a rival. But they are not alone. Three titans, one night. Survival is the only crown worth wearing.
The Amazon stirred with a breath older than time. Mist clung to the canopy, wrapping every branch in a shroud of secrecy. Beneath that green cathedral, a stranger prowled. A Bengal tiger, muscles rippling under his striped coat, each step silent on the damp earth. His name, in the language of his kind, meant Storm Fang. He had escaped the steel bars of a cargo ship wrecked upriver, drawn by the pulse of wilderness that matched his own heartbeat.
For days, he hunted unseen. Monkeys chattered warnings through the trees. Capybaras vanished into the shallows.
The tiger's amber eyes missed nothing. Yet even in this foreign jungle, something unsettled him. A scent, alien but powerful, lingering on the wind. A rival. Miles away, another exile stalked through the underbrush. A lion named Raka.
Once the pride leader of a sanctuary in Kenya. Smugglers had stolen him, caged him.
When the ship broke apart on the same cursed river, Raka too found freedom.
But freedom in this place was no gift. It was a challenge whispered by every predator. Raka's mane, though matted by humidity, still framed his head like a golden halo.
His deep chest rumbled with the thunder of suppressed rage. He was a king displaced, and he wanted his throne back.
But the Amazon already had a ruler.
In the dark, slow-moving waters beneath their feet lived the Anaconda. A creature the locals called Mãe das Sombras, canned Mother of Shadows.
She had ruled this territory for decades, longer than any cat had drawn breath.
28 feet of muscle and patience, her emerald scales shimmered beneath the river's surface.
She did not hunt with fury or noise. She hunted with inevitability.
Tonight, the jungle would tremble.
The rain came in sheets that night, blurring outlines, silencing smaller lives.
Hunger gnawed at him, not just of the stomach, but of dominance. He'd smelled the lion's musk near a watering bend.
Another apex predator. Another threat. The scent triggered something primal in Stormfang's blood.
Memories of challenges past, battles won in the sweltering forests of India. He had fought boars, crocodiles, and even rival tigers. But a lion? That was different. Lions were built for war. Broader chest, heavier skull. But they were also social, dependent on others. This one was alone. He crouched by the edge of the river, his whiskers trembling with focus. Across the fog, he saw movement, a shape, golden and massive, drinking. Raka raised his head, droplets running down his mane. His amber eyes locked onto the figure across the bank. Essence, a striped phantom. Recognition flickered, ancient as the split of their species. They knew each other.
The tiger growled low.
The lion answered, his voice rolling like thunder through the canopy.
The rainforest paused, holding its breath. But beneath them, another heartbeat stirred.
Actually, the anaconda's world was silence and vibration. She felt them both, the heavy tread of one predator.
Warm blood above. Large. Strong. She coiled herself deeper, only her nostrils and eyes breaking the surface.
She did not attack yet. The river teaches patience. The rash die quickly.
She had fed last on a caiman 2 moons ago. Her hunger had returned, slow, deliberate, patient. A creature of her size could wait days between meals, but opportunity was sacred. Tonight, she would feed again.
But even she felt a flicker of something unusual. Not fear, but recognition of power.
These were no ordinary beasts. They were kings out of place.
And kings, she knew, were often blind to danger until it was too late.
Lightning forked across the sky, illuminating both cats in ghostly silver. The tiger stepped forward. The lion mirrored him, tail lashing behind. They began a slow circle, neither willing to strike first. Raka was heavier, broader in chest, his roars commanding, but Stormfang was built for solitude, sleek, agile, and silent as death.
The first lunge came from the tiger. He darted left, then right, claws flashing.
Raka reared back, catching him with a paw that landed like a hammer. The sound cracked the rain.
They collided, fangs bared, claws raking.
The forest exploded in chaos. Macaws took flight, monkeys shrieked, and the rain hissed on blood.
Raka tried to overpower through brute force, pinning the tiger by the shoulder.
But Stormfang twisted free, slashing across the lion's flank. Pain ripped through Raka, but it only fueled his rage.
He lunged again, jaws snapping toward the tiger's neck cockered, and missed by inches. The two predators broke apart, panting, eyes locked.
Then, a whisper from below. The river stirred.
The anaconda moved like liquid shadow. Her head rose between them, scales glistening under lightning's flash. Both cats froze, instincts screaming danger. Neither had faced a serpent like this, a titan of muscle and coil. For a moment, predator and predator shared a truce. The tiger stepped back, but the snake struck first. With terrifying speed, she lunged, jaws latching onto Raka's hind leg. The lion roared, a sound of fury and shock. He turned, slashing wildly, claws tearing scales.
The anaconda tightened, her coils wrapping like living chains.
Stormfang hesitated. He could flee. He could wait for the victor and strike then.
But instinct, or arrogance, drove him forward. He leaped, landing on the snake's midsection, claws digging deep.
The jungle became a vortex of struggle, fur, fang, and scale intertwined.
The lion tried to wrench free. The tiger tore at the serpent's coil, and the anaconda tightened further. For the first time, the forest itself seemed to recoil.
Raka's roars weakened. His massive chest heaved, muscles straining against the snake's embrace. His mind flashed through memories, the plains of Africa, the warmth of his pride, the cubs he would never see again. He bit down hard, severing one of the anaconda's scales, but her body only tightened in answer.
The tiger, sensing opportunity, went for the head.
With a snarl, he clamped his jaws behind the serpent's skull. His fangs pierced deep. A killing strike honed through evolution. The anaconda writhed violently, slamming both cats into the water. The river boiled with motion. Mud churned, bubbles rose, the sound of bone creaked beneath the surface.
Minutes passed. Then, silence.
The rain eased, falling softer now, as if the sky itself mourned.
When the water cleared, only one creature stirred.
Stormfang dragged himself onto the riverbank, sides heaving, stripes marred with blood. Behind him, the great serpent floated lifeless. Raka lay motionless nearby.
The tiger stood over them, chest rising and falling. He did not roar.
There was no triumph in survival, only the jungle's truth. One lives, the others feed the earth.
He licked his wound and looked to the horizon, where the mist parted for the pale dawn. He had won, but victory was fleeting. He was a king without a kingdom, alone.
He understood survival itself was the crown. The jungle honors only survivors.
The monkeys began to call again. The forest resumed its pulse, as if nothing had occurred. The tiger turned and slipped into the shadows, his stripes melting into the green.
Far above, a harpy eagle circled.
Weeks passed. The rains returned, swelling the river and washing away all traces of battle.
Instinct. The anaconda's body became part of the current, feeding the piranhas, the turtles, and the roots that drank from the dark water.
But stories travel faster than scent. The jungle's smaller creatures, the tapirs,
They told of 3 titans who met beneath the storm, of thunder and blood, of how the river itself rose to judge them.
And sometimes, when the moon shone bright and the river mist curled low, the villagers claimed,
For in the Amazon, survival was the only crown worth wearing.
Stormfang moved deeper into the rainforest, adapting to its rhythm. He learned the patterns of the jaguars. He became part of the Amazon, an outsider who refused to die. He stalked by night, resting in the cool shade by day. His reflection in the river grew leaner, more feral. The old instincts remained: silent steps, perfect timing, and patience that outlasted prey. Sometimes, when he passed the river where the battle had been fought, he would pause. The scent was gone, but memory lingered. He felt no guilt, only the quiet weight of understanding. Kings do not mourn, they endure.
And so, the tiger lived on.
When lightning struck the key again months later, the forest glowed gold instant.
If you stood at the river now, you would see no sign of what happened. The jungle erases everything. Prints, bones, even legends.